All right, let's bring in Mike Eppel. I saw a picture of a house, so I assume you're talking about housing, or not? No, you're talking GM, of course. The fallout and the ripple effect, because we just mentioned in our news stories here that it's not just the plants that we're talking about. This has wider spread effects.
Well, that's just it. All the feeder plants that put the parts and ship the parts to General Motors Oshawa. We're going to probably hear more about this over the coming days, because now they're going to have to adjust their schedule, if there is a schedule to adjust past 2019. Martin Ray International has already announced that it is going to shut its Ajax supply plant next year, affecting 77 jobs if, in fact, General Motors shuts down in Oshawa. Now, this is about just-in-time production, and these plants, the production facilities, needing the parts nearby. So we talk about the extended impact economically from an assembly line shutdown, and we're starting to hear a little bit more about that in the early days. Of course, in the United States, General Motors coming under criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump, basically saying that, well, on Twitter, he's not happy about the shutdown of plants stateside, saying that, you know, it's a sort of a slap in the face, considering that the U.S. and Canada bailed out the automakers, General Motors, back in the economic crisis of 08-09, and U.S. The leadership of General Motors issuing a statement saying that the plants affected there, the workers could apply for a transfer to existing locations elsewhere. Royal Bank in with earnings this morning. Canada's biggest bank making $12.5 billion for the full year and $3.3 billion in its fourth quarter. These numbers up year over year, record-breaking on a full-year basis. Of note, the RBC putting out its economic forecast for next year, and perhaps because of what we've been hearing in the auto sector and other parts of the economy, the energy trade certainly, RBC has lowered its economic growth forecast for next year to 1.9%. That could have a spin-off effect on what interest rates do. Maybe the Bank of Canada not raising rates as aggressively. And lo and behold, this morning, Roger, Canadian dollar down to a 5-month low at 75 cents U.S. Exchange at $1.33. Expensive to go to the States.
It is. I wonder if that'll keep people from heading south.
People here shopping in Canada, perhaps,
which
for the
is
holidays.
good, and maybe holidaying up here.
Indeed.
Not a bad thing. All right, Mike, thank you very much, sir.